Good evening, Earth signs, and welcome back to Will's Cartomancy Tarot. What I'd like to do is just to go on and give you a bit of a treat here. It's a Halloween reading, and what I'd like to do is just give you an end of month romance type reading, okay? I've decided today to use my tarot deck in addition to a few other oracle cards just to give you some indication of what you can expect from now until the end of this month, okay? I like to start off by just welcoming any new subscribers or viewers. I certainly appreciate your subscriptions. And for you veteran callers out there or viewers and or subscribers, welcome back, okay? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make a few general observations and then we're going to dive deeply into this reading. And if it resonates with you guys, be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe if you've yet to subscribe here, okay? So again, let me make a few general observations. So I'm going to be looking at the tarot cards here right now. So to me, what I'm seeing here, because you have, actually, it's quite interesting, you have three wands there, or three wands there, and that shows new beginnings. It shows a change. Okay, it shows that many of you are about to start something new here, and it shows certainly that good news is in fact forthcoming, and perhaps three people might be very helpful to you guys. I'm kind of getting, perhaps it might be in the direction of your career, very helpful in that direction. All right. I'm also seeing that someone with whom you're dealing appears to be very selfish, very narcissistic, I'm getting. And even in fact, they might even have devious sexual type behaviors. All right. I'm also seeing some addictions that might also be present too in your situation. Okay, because I'm feeling just looking at your tarot cards holistically, it's all about growth. It's all about, you making plans, and your plans are going to begin to kind of, you know, materialize that I'm getting here. Things that you really want to kind of happen, in your life. Okay? I'm also seeing that many of you, a new relationship appears to be forming, okay? And there is a strong potential that some of you might even get a proposal for marriage or for a strengthened type commitment here, okay? However, I'm seeing that one of you appears to be quite overbearing and power driven, all right? And I'm also seeing it looks like a rebounder that looks like it's re entering your life. Either it's you or someone else that's kind of coming back that's kind of more of a rebound type personality. I feel that one of you, it looks like, hasn't gotten over a breakup, or one of you might even, in fact, be avoiding a serious type commitment because I'm seeing that someone appears to, be a player here in your situation, and it appears that infidelity is certainly present, or you might be, in fact, creeping around, ladies and gentlemen, with someone perhaps either already attached or, in fact, already married that I'm kind of getting here, just by looking at your cards, all right? So let's get in first and start with the witch oracles here, and just to see what information that comes through that, and then we'll individually go through your tarot cards here to see what other messages that we can, glean out here. All right. So let's look at the card that fell to the bottom of the deck. We have mischief. Okay. So with mischief, that's all about being naughty, being clever. All right. And the message on this card reads, ladies and gentlemen, keep your eyelids open and sight sharp as nails, for there is something trailing behind your tail. Okay? So this card is certainly telling you to continue to be vigilant with these people coming into your life or re-entering your life here. All right? Particularly in your romantic situation. Because there might be one who might not, who he or she says he is or she is. Okay? So this card is kind of asking you to be smarter and more open-minded that I'm getting here. Okay. Now let's look at how you are, in fact, functioning in this relationship or the circumstances surrounding you. Okay. We have ancestors. So, with ancestors, ladies and gentlemen, this card is all about guidance as well as spiritual protection here. Okay. And the card reads, ladies and gentlemen, they hiss a quivering so deep on roots of your soul can lit the nakedness hidden within vows made in silence. An ancient chill walking upon the spine. All right? So this card assures you that spirit has your back and is protecting you from any harm that someone is trying to do to you, you know? And this card is really urging you to kind of go forward with your plans. Don't be fearful, you know? And the spirits are kind of sending you a message here, letting you know that they really love you unconditionally. And these are your ancestors, ladies and gentlemen. And they are protecting you. Some of you might even, in fact, have been thinking about, maybe your loved ones or whatever, or someone who was close to you, you know, you lost, And this is letting you know that they really love you and they're protecting you, you know, from things that are possibly hidden from your view, you know. And even if they're saying that they are protecting you right now, despite whether you even understand it or not. But at some point, you will, in fact, understand, So this card is kind of asking you to try to, really give thanks to those who have preceded you in death. Give thanks to your ancestors, ladies and gentlemen. So let's look at your relationship itself here. We have silence. All right. So with silence, this card is certainly all about stillness and nothingness. Okay. And for some of you may, you know, you might have even been separated from one another here, and you just haven't been, really been communicating as much as you need to communicate here. So this suggests to me with this card, and I'm going to read exactly, what it says here. It says, there's a sweet embrace and a nothingness. Stillness brings a presence of self fully embodied. Okay? So I feel that perhaps you both are trying to kind of gain clarity, in your situation, and you're going within to kind of find solutions here. But some of you might even be contemplating very, very unrealistic things that will never materialize. So this card is kind of also asking you to release unrealistic expectations, okay? So let's see how your lover or your ex or, the new lover that's kind of coming into your realm, how they're functioning in the relationship here. We have intuition, okay? So with intuition, that card is certainly all about feeling, It's all about visualization, inner sight. And it reads here that you hold the answers, you know, you know the truth. And ancient ones await behind the doors of the mind here, okay? So I feel that the lover or the ex or the new person is trying to really trust his or her intuition, you know, that usually ensures each of us that everything is going to work out on right. Everything is just going to work itself out on its own accord here. But I feel that their ego, because some of them, I feel that someone is very narcissistic, I'm getting here, maybe impeding their process, I'm getting in some way. All right. And just to add, more information to what I've already told you with the witch cards here, understand once again, as connected with the ancestors here, you are in fact cherished. You're sheltered. The goddess of shelter is telling you that you are cherished. Try to be free, ladies and gentlemen, from all that really holds you back. Reflect on things that may have already happened to you and try to, go through it and absorb what you've learned from that situation and heal. You need to go through a healing transformation here and to stop thinking about past things that have hurt you here with this awakening. God is there. Live in a moment, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, I can't stress it any more than what I've already done. So, is that you're not alone, ladies and gentlemen. Spirit is here helping you. Okay? So, that's very, that should be very, nice to know here, ladies and gentlemen. So, what I like to do now is go on and just get into your tarot reading, okay? And we're going to discuss in this reading the past, the present, what's not important in your situation, what's important. Then we're going to look at potential challenges that may crop up, as well as to see what might be hidden that you may not be aware of. And we're going to go on and get to the outcome here. So let's start off with just looking at the bottom card here. We have strength, okay? So with strength, ladies and gentlemen, it connects with fire signs, okay? Aries, Sagittarius, but normally everybody usually associates this with Leo, okay? So this card is all about stoicism. It's all about karma. It's all about inner strength, trust as well as patience. So this card is kind of suggesting that many of you might have been kind of feeling a bit held back because of another. Or another lover has come into the picture and has somehow piqued your interest. You seem to be too attached, I'm getting to the past, and I feel that many of you are in fact having a hard time moving forward. But I feel that an existing situation is certainly about to improve, and possibly I feel an attachment with someone from whom you've been estranged. That experience that you're about to have with them is about to take, there's an auspicious turn of events that I'm seeing here that's about to happen for each of you in your love life here, And I'm kind of feeling that, this person seems to have a very high disposition about him or herself and, appears to be a go-getting type person, very strong will and really not afraid, ladies and gentlemen, of even a good fight or putting, effort into a situation that, he or she feels, strongly about. For some of you, the person might even be a bit athletic, and might even be someone with whom you need to kind of put your foot down. I'm getting. Someone that you need to be a bit more authentic and really express your true feelings, because this person might intimidate you a bit, because I feel that he or she might be in a position of power or authority in somehow, or even in fact a leadership type position, and he or she is one who tends to kind of have good judgment most of the time, I'm getting, due to perhaps previous challenges or obstacles that he or she may have gone through. Okay, I'm also feeling that this person might also enjoy helping or even being around animals. So I'm trying my best to try to identify the person to you guys, okay? So in any event, with this card, you can expect a lot of suspenseful and passionate, energies that are about to kind of crop up for you guys if they haven't, already started here, okay? So let's look at your past here and see how your past is affecting how things might be kind of trickling out now. Okay, we have the Seven of Cups. All right. So of course, with the Seven of Cups, Venus is in fact in Scorpio, and it represents water signs. All right. So this card brings out about a lot of delusions. Wish fulfillment, wishful thinking, ladies and gentlemen, even deceit. A yearning type feeling that you're seeing with this card. A very, so much so that, it kind of overloads you emotionally. So I feel that many of you might have deluded yourself or felt empty about your romantic situation, or you could in fact have felt that something was missing. Something just wasn't right, okay? And I feel that many of you vacillated quite a bit and you felt alone, all right? So that's why those spirit cards are kind of constantly telling you that you are not, in fact, alone, okay? But I feel that many of you had several options and found it quite arduous making a clear decision due to, all of your romantic, options that you had. Simply put, ladies and gentlemen, I'm kind of feel that you were very, very unsure of kind of which direction to kind of take, and you just, you know, and this fear, it seems that it really immobilized you. I'm kind of getting, okay. Perhaps someone you were even involved with someone um, without true focus, someone who daydreamed quite a bit, someone, ladies and gentlemen, who perhaps flinted from one job or project to the next here. All right? So let's move right along, ladies and gentlemen, and look at what's kind of, affecting you in your present here. And it's certainly a good card here. You have the Ten of Cups, all right? So with the Ten of Cups, ladies and gentlemen, once again, that's certainly a very happy card, all right? And it connects with water signs, okay? So this card is certainly shows that, I'm seeing a very passionate encounter that is going to happen here, because this card is connected with Mars, and Mars is in Pisces here. So this card brings about peace and harmony here. So it brings about a new way, again, So I'm actually seeing you having hot, passionate, or steaming sex with someone, okay? And it looks like it's going to be sex out of the world, out of this world, okay? So this card is kind of asking many of you to really, try to make some attempts at relaxing and enjoying yourselves, and, really stop worrying about things over which, ladies and gentlemen, you, in fact, have no control. All right? So let's look at and see, look at your situation and examine, really what's not important, Putting your focus in this area or in this direction is not going to bring you what you will want. So let's look at what's not important here. Okay? We have the Magician. So with the Magician, that connects with Mercury and air signs, okay? Libra, Aquarius, as well as Gemini. Okay, so this card is all about action, focus, courage, magic, and as well as success. So I feel that now it's certainly not the time or not a good time to try to be too assertive, okay? To play games with someone, you know, to play tricks with someone, if you will. And it could potentially be someone who is an air sign, okay? Someone that's very entrepreneur, you know. This person might even be a teacher, an artist, or a counselor, you know. Or might also, in fact, be a smooth talker. So, just try to make sure that you're not playing games here, and but you're still being a bit cautious about this person or your situation. So because that is indeed advised as well. Okay? So now since we know what's not important, then what is important here, okay? So let's move right along to the next card here. What is important here is that, Two of Cups, all right? That's affecting you, or that's kind of falling there in that position. So with the Two of Cups, it connects with water signs, and Venus is in Cancer. So this card certainly shows, in fact, that love is in the air for you guys. Again, be it a new love or an old flame, or it could be, strengthening of a current type situation. And this card is asking you that, or telling you that what's important now is that you need to make a decision, okay? And you're going to have to make a choice between perhaps possibly more than one parties here. So the key is that this card is advising you to do is to really follow your heart, not your head here. But I'm still feeling that many of you're going to still be confused, and you really need to kind of figure out what it is that you kind of want in the way of a really serious commitment. I think that's the first thing that you really need to do, okay? Because I feel that many of you are just too torn, and you're having an arduous time really making up your mind. So this card is really calling for you to really trust, have a bit more faith in what you've, been accustomed to having. Be authentic and really expressing yourself and your needs to a lover because that's important here. Okay? So let's look and see what might be your potential challenge here. And you have the Ace of Cups, and that's usually a very good card here, ladies and gentlemen, but this card is challenging you. And again, it connects with water signs, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. And this card is all about peace, harmony, and renewal. So this card is suggesting that one potential challenge might be, in fact, that many of you tend to maybe bottle up your emotions or you're repressing your true feelings, and you need to stop doing that and really talk to your lover, you know? And perhaps that many of you may have a challenge really trusting your intuition or really trusting your decisions because perhaps you've been wrong in the past, you know? Or, in fact, many of you might even have a problem, hanging on to guilt or to past hurts or things that you really need to let go that really no longer serve you. It's time that you stop playing, the victim type, person here. All right. So now let's move right along and just look at, what might in fact be hidden in your situation. Okay. So you have the devil. Okay. And it's kind of echoing some of the cards here that we see here. We have the mischief card, you know, and we have, you know, the fact that you guys are being protected here from unknown sources, okay? So with what's hidden with that devil there, that connects with Mars and Earth signs, okay? Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So this card is certainly all about shock, upheaval, disruption, ladies and gentlemen. So for those of you who are presently single, your relationship status might shockingly change for you. So of course you may be meeting someone soon. Or many of you perhaps are going to be constantly wishing to reconcile with someone you really, really cared for deeply, I'm getting. And some of you also might find yourself in a very toxic and or abusive situation, and you're going to be feeling a bit trapped. So again, ladies and gentlemen, I strongly emphasize the fact that a decision is required to kind of let go. You need to let go of a situation that really no longer serves you. And you need to recognize that any dealings with the devil certainly is going to cause you to get burnt. You already signed your soul away, so what could you expect, okay? So if you keep trying, you know, to play with with the devil's game, then you're bound to get burnt, all right? So perhaps your situation, I'm getting from many of you, might even have started off very good and all of a sudden just took a change for the worse. That's how the devil does, right? He tricks you. So keep in mind, that that element is kind of lurking in your situation, so you need to really make the right decision, all right? Because I feel that someone seems to be a bit controlling or obsessed or even in fact very greedy about money, a very destructive type personality, manipulative, even possibly sex crazed, you know, or someone who does drugs or drinks heavily, all right? And this person, as I said, may not be the best friend or the best lover that you could have, I'm getting. And he or she might not turn out to be the person that you thought. So again, with anybody that you're dealing with, I guess you should be a bit more vigilant with things here. All right. So let's look and see what your potential outcome will be here. Okay. You have the hangman. All right. So with the hangman, ladies and gentlemen, Neptune connects with that card. All right. And it connects with water signs once again, Cancer, Pisces, and or Scorpio. So this card is all about going through a testing type period, making a sacrifice. So I feel that someone, either you or the lover that come into your life, might not be ready to commit here, or you might be hanging around maybe waiting for something that is going to just take too long to materialize or to develop. And therefore, you might decide to kind of let go of the situation, which you might need to. Okay? So, in any event, this card is all about a standstill type situation, a situation that's in suspense. And here again, you are stuck, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to feel, or you're going to face, you're going to face difficulty, I'm getting, making a decision. So it's time to stop, you know, again, feeling that you're the victim, and trust and move on, or even to, in fact, let go, ladies and gentlemen, and let God here. Okay? You need to understand that, once again, you may not always understand why certain things have to happen the way they do. However, there's always, rest assured, a higher purpose to the events in your life. You know, and through turmoil, a blessing, ladies and gentlemen, will soon be revealed. Okay? And understand that criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love, ladies and gentlemen, and accept each other as you are. And I feel that the relationship is going to magically transform. And honor, try to keep in mind that you must honor the place in one another, you know, where you are one eternal soul, because there you're going to find the true bliss that you're seeking. And even though you're feeling that something is in your way, nothing is in your way, ladies and gentlemen. There is nothing stopping you, because the path is clear if you really want it to be clear. All right? And you need to continue to do everything, ladies and gentlemen, that you've been attempting to do to make sure that your situation go the way that you like it to go, okay? It's very, very important here. Now I'm going to get my letters here so I can go on and just pull a few letters for you guys here. Okay, let me make sure that this isn't messed up. Okay. All right, and out of the 20 letters here, out of the 200 letters here that I have in this bag, I'm going to select 20 letters in here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? To just give you some indication of the person or persons that's really coming into your energy field here. All right? Between now and the end of this month, or they may already be there. Okay? Let's see what we have. We have an M, okay, a G, an O, another O, a B, a U, we have an E, an N, an A, we have another E, D, J, I, C, I, E, okay, 4 more letters, an R, A, another R, okay, and one more. All right, we have a P. All right, so I'm going to call them back to ensure that you have them. We have a U, a B, a G. There are 3 E's. There are 2 A's. Okay, 2 R's, 2 I's, an M, 2 O's, an N, C, J, D, and P. Okay, So what I'm going to do now, in conclusion today, ladies and gentlemen, is that I'm going to just shuffle these cards and I'm going to give you a message from Spirit, okay? And I'm going to read directly from the card here. Just a second. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Dear you, human beings spend a huge percentage of life asleep, not just in bed, but the kind where you forget you are a spiritual, immortal being taking on a temporary human form. It's not your fault. Everyone suffers from spiritual amnesia once in a while as you develop an identity, an age, an ego, ladies and gentlemen. You begin to kind of see through the eyes of a small self and have less connection to your soul self. You may not recognize this is going on, but you sure can feel it. Spirit is here to kind of remind you to look through your soul's eye and see that magic is everywhere. Infinite potential lies in spirit.